I'm just gonna record this on my tablet, and I don't have time to do video editing, so it's just gonna be this raw thing. But I thought I would do another grad school vlog. Actually, I have a couple that I want to do. I'll talk about advising next time, but I'm gonna go meet with another professor and then talk about advising after I meet with them. Because so far I've only met with one, and once I figure out a little bit more of what I'm doing, I'll post a video about it. But for today, I guess today's topics are schoolwork and parking. So with parking, I was paying for the hourly parking, and that's actually like super expensive. So I've made a friend in my operating systems class. So now I'm parking at her apartment complex, and then I take the bus with her to campus because the bus is free for students, so that's nice. And then for homework, we're just doing operating system stuff. The first couple weeks were like nothing, just like lecture over basics, and then like choose your text editor, how to debug stuff, and then like the next project was like, okay, bots now. So it's pretty intimidating, especially considering, like, when I am teaching classes, I really like to ease my students into things, so, and, I don't know, but, so I'm stuck on this homework assignment, my friend's stuck on this homework assignment. Maybe it's because we're both transfer students, so we got our undergrads from elsewhere and we transferred in, and this is an undergrad class, but we need it for, like, the advanced operating systems later on. So, we're both stuck on it, and I'm wondering if, like, maybe we're just missing out on some stuff that KU teaches as its basics, and it's weird, it's kind of, like, demoralizing, because I'm used to being a newbie when it comes to language learning, but when it comes to, like, programming, I'm not used to being a newbie, and like even when I start working at jobs and stuff, I pick up stuff pretty quick, but at the same time that C++ and this operating system stuff is C, and right now we're doing stuff with like POSIX API and multiprocessing and using pipes. So one thing about on the job is, because I write C++ code, usually I maintain legacy software, which means that if anyone was doing anything with multiprocessing, one, they were probably using some sort of library, and two, they wrote whatever they wrote long before I got there, so I've never had to do that, like, on the job. What else was I gonna say about POSIX, C, pipes, something, I don't know, I'm just kind of stuck, and, like, it's kind of new. Like, UMKC, I took operating systems there also, and I remember doing multiprocessing, and I remember doing multi-threading. I do not remember doing anything with pipes, which, you know, I don't know how UMKC's classes stack up to other places' classes, but so, yeah. And I guess part of the problem is I'm not sure how to go about really debugging properly. Like, I basically spent 6 hours yesterday, and then a large portion of Saturday, just trying to get oriented. So I started out, like, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I wrote one program that uses two processes. And then I was like, okay, got that. Okay, now how do I transfer besides using read and write, how do I duplicate the standard in, standard out, and pipe that across? Okay, got that. Okay, how do we get three processes in two pipes? Okay, got that. But I'm just having trouble with doing this project where it's like 4 processes, 3 pipes, and I'm not sure what's wrong, or if I'm just on the wrong track. Part of the problem was that for a good chunk of time, I was under the impression that you could just you have 2 pipes, and you could take the output of one pipe and duplicate it as the input of another pipe, and you can't do that. You gotta duplicate them to the standard in and standard out, and then duplicate them again, so it's not quite that straightforward. So, I guess it's just frustrating to spend this much time on programming assignments. And, you know, my method for doing these things is pretty good. I mean, I've learned over the years how to learn, I would think, and how to approach difficult problems. So, you know, of course I started small. I did research online and found other examples, and I've just been like trying all my usual techniques, and my next technique will be, one, I have one idea of what might be going on, but two, rereading the chapter in the textbook on processes just in case there was anything I missed, because I feel like I don't know what's wrong, like I'm missing some sort of fundamental understanding of pipes or something like that. So yeah, that's what we're working on. And then, so it's like 6:51, and I'm waiting on the bus. It'll be here in 20 minutes, and I go to class. Then I have like 7 hours before my second class. Need to schedule a time to go talk to this other professor about advising. So I'm just trying to meet various professors, because in a way it's a little bit like dating. Like, you don't know what you want the first time around when you meet somebody, and then like you meet someone and you kind of discuss things and then talk it over, and then you're like, okay, I have a little better idea of what I want now, but just slightly. So you have to like go meet a lot of people to try to like figure out where you're going. So this other professor, the one who responded to my email, I believe does stuff with, it might either be image processing or it might be computer vision, and like robotics. I'd have to double check, because I think I emailed a couple people. So, yeah, I'll talk about advising next time, because I just have a lot of thoughts and like a lot of opinions on things. So. Okay, anything else notable about being in grad school? The schedule sucks, because they made this newbies wait a month to register for classes after everyone else. That's why I have a class at 8 a.m. and at 4 p.m. I have to, for the classes I'm teaching at another place, I have to start just reusing content from previous semesters, because I've been trying to like rewrite and make things all nice and stuff, but that's not going to work if I'm spending this much time on my homework. And I'm also worried about tests, because there's only going to be 2 tests, and I'm not really a very good test taker, and, you know, part of the way I teach is based on my own weaknesses or my own frustrations as a student. So not every teacher is like me. I like to try to make my tests fair and give good study guides and, you know, not make them too confusing, but when did it turn off? But, you know, other teachers, not always, like, you know, don't always ease their students in, just kind of go flat, 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 up, suddenly, hey, here's like 20 source files for your 2-week project. Good luck grokking that all and implementing a shell. It's like, great, awesome, yeah. Okay, so that's like pretty much it for now. I'm just like tired, I got 4 hours of sleep, I need to go to class, I need to work on this homework assignment, and I haven't had any caffeine, I'm just tired, I'm frustrated, and I just want to finish my homework.